radios are really cool. I feel like they're not doing enough. They can be doing so much more.
So guys, we have a bit of a problem here. This is what we're looking at. This old chunky old thing. I usually use my phone as a second camera inside the car. And seeing that I'm using my phone, I usually don't have access to music. I was thinking, what do I do to be able to listen to some music? And the craziest thing appealed to me. Guess what I have in my car? And guess what all of us have in our cars? This bad boy.
This was an amazing way to start the day. And I was actually using the radio, which I haven't done in such a long time. You know, and looking at it all, it's so amazing how much we have changed. How much technology is changing so fast. You know? Because now we're not really using radios like that, you know? We use Spotify, we use Apple Music, we use YouTube, Pandora, but we don't really use radios. And we know radios had so much history to it. That's how people would get their news. That's how people would get the weather, you know? That's how people would get anything. And if artists wanted to pop and become famous, that was through the radio, you know? Radios are slowly, I feel like they're declining, but I think I'm gonna start using radios more often. It has something to do with our trust in the algorithm versus our trust in the human being. Because in the radio, a human being picks the songs for us. You know, a human being does so many of the things. Like, you know, they choose the songs. People do that. And versus Spotify, it's an algorithm that does that for us. So it's really cool to, oh my gosh, it was really nice because it's like they knew what I wanted to listen to. Obviously it depends on the type of radio channel that you play, you know. So if you wanna play things that are a little more sad, calming, you can choose that. If you want something a little more upbeat, which is what I wanted this morning, that's what I did, and it was amazing. It was better than the Spotify recommendations. In my opinion, I don't think a human can beat an algorithm can beat a human. Even though my major is focused on computers, I never think that an algorithm can beat a human, even though we are the humans that make the algorithms. So we make them, but it's still not possible. It's still not possible. Now, seeing with the rise of television, radios became less used, okay? You know, that gave people more options to be able to use television, because the main source of information back in the day, I can say that because I'm young, back in the day was radio. That's how politicians spread their news. That's how news got spread if there was any danger in anything. People wanted to know anything. The culture was there, the music, so many things was with radios. But then television came, and then people could not just only hear, but they can see, okay? And so radios became a little less used because people had more choices. Alright? You know what makes radio so cool? Nowadays, nobody wants to wait for anything, you know? Nobody wants to wait. They want to say, oh, what? If I'm gonna be listening on radio, I'm gonna have to wait because things come at a certain time. I can't get it anytime that I want. But guess what? That's the amazingness of it, because it's unique. You can't get it anytime. You have to wait at a certain time. Still now. You know, when you go on the TV, like, things come at a certain time. TV shows are at 7, 8. There's certain TV shows at specific times, and that's what's so beautiful. That's what makes the adrenaline rush. That's the amazingness of it, because radios, TV shows, families sit together to watch them at that time. And then now comes YouTube. YouTube, you can get anything whenever you want, you know. So people are starting to shift away, but I love radios because you're not always too sure what you're going to be listening to. You know the genre, but the artist, the podcast people, I don't know what you call them, they choose it for you, you know? And it's unique. And uniqueness is needed nowadays. We love uniqueness. It makes us different.
All I'm saying is that, oh my gosh, I'm going to start using the radio again, okay? Because I don't think we can take advantage of the radio. It's in all of our cars. So why aren't we using it? You know, it's pretty cool. And a human does instead of an AI. Sometimes you need that human touch. And I feel like that's what radios are for, that human touch. Enjoy this video. Toodles.
And yes, radios are really cool, but like, I feel like they're not doing enough. Yes, I like, now I'm gonna start listening to the radio, but they can be doing so much more. Like, you see how the internet allows other people to do customization? Anybody can start a YouTube channel. So why is it that the radio is not starting to integrate that thing, where they're allowing certain content creators to be able to get on the radio at certain times? Like, bring Joe Rogan on there. Bring other people on there, like people that we already know, and then I promise you we'll be using the radio more often. Like, you can't just, like, yes, traditional is good, but you gotta try to integrate with the people. And what do you think? Come on, radios, you can do so much better. For podcasts, bring some of the famous podcasters, have them talk. But radio is not only for artists, it's for the news, it's for so much more. So bring some of those famous people on YouTube, on there. Bring Kai Sanat on there. I promise you it's gonna boom. Try, at least try. And also, there are a few things that I didn't add. It's just that there's so much culture in radios. It has a lot of so much history and beautiful culture and so much impact in our society, so much propaganda, so much music, entertainment, so much things, but yeah, the time is changing, but radios can come along too. They can do something, they can change, they can do something different, they can do more. They have to make it more personalizable. They have to bring other people in, just like YouTube does. YouTube lets all of us tell our stories. Amazon lets us tell our stories through publishing books, self-publishing. The internet lets us be us. The internet lets us all have a personality in the internet. Radios can do that too. It doesn't always have to be just people with a radio station, they get to talk. All of us can do it. But I love it, but it can be more. Okay? It can be more. Thanks for watching my content of what I think about radios. I think they're amazing, and we don't take advantage of them enough, and I'm gonna start using them. Drop a like if you enjoyed this. Subscribe if you want to see more of things that I think about, and just the daily content. Amazing stuff. This is another vlog. Have a good day, guys.